The gentleman yields back. I'd like to enter into the record without objection a correction of a statement made by the acting secretary earlier that the labor force participation rate is at an all-time high. That is not correct. According to the BLS, the labor force participation rate for March 2024 was 62.7%. In the past 10 years, the labor force participation rate reached its highest level under the Trump administration at 63.3%. We will enter the appropriate charts into the record. And with that, I recognize Mr. Norcross for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, and thank you to our witness for coming here today. It's great to have you. A couple of things I'd like to talk about, but let's start with, should a worker who has active COVID show up for work at the workplace?
I don't think anybody who is sick and could get other people sick should show up to work, Congressman.
Okay. Just for the record, there were many members that didn't come to work during the pandemic that voted remotely, and some of those are in this room. Maybe we should go back and try to get their pay back because they didn't show up for work either, according to some people. But that's just my view. It's not just the ones who are serving us here in Washington, but I remember seeing many of them back home sitting in their homes saying they're working. So it's a little ironic that this is now a big issue, but let's switch to something a little bit more important, at least the way I look at it, is registered apprenticeship programs. I think they're incredibly important, and I would suggest one of the most successful federal workforce programs in the history of our country. 93% of those people who complete a registered program are employed upon completion. That's pretty good. Average wage is $77,000. Yet I continue to hear about these unregistered programs. Madam Secretary, is there anything in the law that prevents a company from privately creating their own registered program?
Right. There's nothing preventing that, Congressman.
So at any time, any company can say, I'm creating this unregistered program and do it. Nothing in the law. It's only when they want to receive monetary dollars or accreditation from the federal government that they have to follow those registered rules. Remember that. They can do it anytime they want. It's when they want us to give them the money that we're saying you must follow the rules. And let me give you a good indication why. There's something called storm break. It's the largest group of employers and employees in this world. When a hurricane, a tornado, natural disaster hits an area, it wipes out the power systems that the utilities provide. And something called mutual aid or storm break, people come from around the country. And what makes that work, because historically, it used to be one of the most dangerous times for workers being killed because people turn on electric, there's backfeeding from solar panels. A registered apprenticeship program allows this to happen so that those who are being trained in California on the utilities are the same in New Jersey or the same in Florida. So we all come together understanding there's a certain way to do it. This is just one example of the value of a registered apprenticeship program. Can you talk to us where that is today? Is it now the law of the land to have registered apprenticeship programs?
So you are 100% right, Congressman, that employers can set up programs to train, to recruit, to retain, and call them apprenticeship programs as well. For me, what I see around the country in this moment is because of the jobs that are being created in communities all across America to rebuild roads and bridges, to make sure that every family has clean drinking water when they turn on the faucet, to make sure that every community has access to high-speed, reliable internet, to make sure that we're making investments in a clean energy and a future where everyone can breathe clean air. We are in a moment of tremendous job growth. And registered apprenticeship programs are helping to deliver the workers that are needed. And I talked about Mariah in my opening statement. It's not just having a worker fill a need, it's about a worker getting to do a job, getting to do it in a way that keeps themselves healthy and safe, that gets them, to learn a skill that they might not have had, and to start their job without debt and to continue to grow in that job and get what I hear from working people and people in apprenticeship programs all the time, a little bit of security, a little bit of what the president calls breathing room.
Thank you. I yield back the balance of my time.